All right, welcome back to WNXL action here on day 2 of Event 1 here in Tampa Bay. We were watching Heroines take on New Jersey High Rollers. Don't say who you are. Just say a little thing. See if players can, the crowd can recognize you.
I am male. I am wearing glasses.
We'll play 20 questions here.
I make a gun named after a storm.
After a movie.
All right. Movie?
Heroines on your left. Looks like we still have 5 alive, both sides. Heroines had spread wide. They're into D1. They're up the middle into this snake tower.
Some would say Helen Hunt's best movie.
Ooh. I can't think of another Helen Hunt movie.
Who could it be?
I can't think of another Helen Hunt movie.
Me either.
All right.
Hi, guys. It's T2. Committed Paintball.
Oh, it's ruined.
Oh, sorry, man.
No, I meant the webcast, not who you are. High rollers spread wide to that back corner behind the snake. Snake corner bunker, also known as Bunker Diablo Muerte, the bunker of Devil's Death. It's just a death trap.
A lot has happened since I've been here last night.
Yeah. Bad juju.
So both teams kind of feeling each other out here for the first point.
Still 5 alive. You know Adam Rand from New England, right?
Of course I do.
Adam ran some calculations and some statistics, and he found out if you lose your first point, your odds of winning that match drop something like to 20%.
I'm even more shocked he does math.
Yeah. So, Heroine's going to lose their snake tower. That means that's the reason that a lot of these teams play their first point of a match very conservatively. You do not want to screw up your first point if you can avoid it.
Big move here from the High Rollers into Snake 40. Heroine's kind of spread across the back line here, trying to get a little bit of control.
Heroine's a pretty good counterpunch team, so even though they've lost their first player, they have survived these kind of situations on many occasions, even this weekend.
So I'm seeing the Heroines across the back line, unless I'm missing somebody out there, Matt. I see the back corner, this mini temple here on the Dorito side, and then looks like this Heroines want to try and launch into the snake. But I don't see another body, so maybe I'm missing somebody.
I believe you're correct. We've got the snake corner, the mini temple over on the left side.
And in terms of field position, obviously the High Rollers had the advantage. They just lost a player, however, off the back Dorito line. So Heroine's just trying to lock down a little bit. They just made a move up to the second Dorito here. Trying to get a little bit of field advantage. I don't know if anybody's keyed in on this Snake 50 player yet. Well, this could be... Wow. Wow, that was extremely lucky for that Heroine player. Katie Kelly got in there with potentially a force field around her. I'm not really sure how she didn't get hit, but there's 2 refs right on her. So
Heroine player walking off from that Dorito side,
so
though.
Now the Heroine's got to cross up and try and lock down. This is tough when you have a snake player over here.
This is not a great field to cross up and lock down. The amount of times I've seen cross it up and try to win on defense is pretty low this weekend.
I think the Heroines know where everybody is, though. So it looks like the High Rollers may be across the 50 here on either side, the Dorito side and the snake. So really, it looks like Katie may have dropped a shot in here. Referee going in to check.
She is screaming the song of my people, which is get him out, get him out.
That's right.
Always works. The refs always follow your command on that one.
Well, at least get a ref running for you, and that's
I mean, joking aside, if you want advice.
And you know what? It looks like it paid off.
Wow.
I believe it's Sobe that's heading off. That looks like Sobe
Glass.
Okay. Well, a lot of time ticking here, but like you said, it's a crucial. This first point is.
Yeah. Heroines have done a very good job weathering the storm on this one. Oh, did she throw away her life there? No, Veda's going to take the walk. Kelly's still alive.
Oh, Katie Kelly coming in.
Wow.
And the clutch. The Heroines with a heroic feat here.
As I said,
very on brand.
The Heroines are really good at surviving a storm and just digging in, waiting for you to make mistakes, and then counterpunching. They've been doing it for a few years now, and they keep doing it.
What a great point there from the Heroines.
That's super frustrating if you're the High Rollers. You thought you had this game in your hand.
Wow.
Heroines have been shattering dreams for a few years on this one. They do it again.
Great first point, though. Both teams, I mean, trying to feel each other out. So
How long before we get assistant coaches who are sitting there plotting run patterns and handing off sheets to coaches saying this is what they're doing?
I mean, that's not what they're doing? What are they doing with all the papers over there?
Not mean. Oh, so earlier we were saying that, making that joke about, yelling, get him out always works. Can I make a point of advice to any player that's listening? Stop screaming, get him out. Say, check their left shoulder. Give a ref a very specific location, and the ref is far more likely to go check and far more likely to find the hit.
Of course.
If
you're just giving a general, they'll say, "Oh, check my shoulder," as they're wiping their right side off.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah. That old gag. Come on, we played 7-man. Matt, we know how this goes.
All right. What are you accusing me of?
All right,
here we go. Northern Lights on your left, Nevermore's on your right. Northern Lights not having the weekend they wanted so far. This is a bounce back game for them if they can pull it off. 5 alive for Northern Lights.
I do like Northern Lights New Jerseys, by the way. The Finlay simplistic, kind of a hockey kind of theme. Very cool.
Are you accusing them of being Canadian?
They're as Canadian as can be.
They're Canadian as maple syrup and poutine.
That's right. So Nevermore's new squad.
Yep.
Come out of the Baltimore area, but really got some seasoned players in that team. Good organization. I believe they're associated with Nasty, that program, which is a very good program.
Yep. All right, Northern Lights now doubled up into the snake. They also control the snake tower. This is excellent positioning for them. Even if they lose their front snake player, they've got somebody ready to fill it in.
Potential splash zone situation here, Matt.
I think, yeah.
Oh, I think this pack is going to get clipped here.
Well, if home looks over,
there we go.
If home looks over, she's in trouble.
I think she got a cross field shooting at her, so I think it's like that Dorito on the 40 maybe is shooting over here at the snake, but I don't think she's aware that they just loaded the 40 on their snake. So
she can take risks because, again, even if she dies, she's got Aaron Scott right behind her to back her up.
And now you got this home player. Yeah, that's a shame.
Oh.
The Tessa.
She's going to lose. Yeah, it's going to lose Tessa. Tessa Osterhage there in the middle.
Oh, whoa.
Aaron's taking a walk. Wow, great breakthrough on that Dorito side.
Looks like,
they're going to hit the buzzer with still a Northern Lights player alive. Great breakthrough on the Dorito side.
I don't think she realized her whole team fell apart behind her. And that was 2 quick kills behind her. So
Hannah was doing good work. She just maybe didn't do it.
You know what?
Fast
Sometimes
enough.
just better. Quick hustle, stay quiet, hit the buzzer. Win's a win.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's correct.
I had a movie teach me that once.
Yeah.
I've learned everything I know from movies.
Intra mile, too. Winning's winning.
Robin's racing.
Heroines heading to the right. Looks like we got Sobe, Taylor, Ducks. Missed the other 2 players heading to the left here for high rollers. Heroines, looks like you have you got a Katie Kelly. You have Alexis Laser. You may have Ann Alicia Valdivia. Looks like a Titus up the middle as well.
Heroines and high rollers have been butting heads for years now in the WNXL circuit. They're certainly familiar with each other.
Heroine checking for a hit here on the call for check. Clean.
We've got 5 alive for both teams. High rollers do kind of a pocket play. They're doubled up at home up to that snake tower. This is the most standard of breakouts.
Oh, boy.
There's a check being requested and a clean.
Excellent. High rollers making a little bit of a move up here, trying to gain a little bit of ground. So you got some good field positioning up the middle here, but
So up the middle is a safe attack pattern. The problem is that you get there, you have to stop them from moving up the tapes, because if they move up the tapes on you and you're in the middle, you're now dead. You're lunch. So it's a little bit of a risky play going up the middle, but because it has to work, you have to lock down the tapes.
So Sobe walking off, and that's a big loss there. She's one of their best gunfighters. Sobe taking the walk. I think the Heroines potentially at full strength still. I haven't seen a Heroine making their way off yet.
4 on 5 in favor of Heroines.
And the other problem is going up the middle here. I mean, you're limiting your ability to kind of control anything up the middle. You don't know what's coming directly up at you. You can only really see the wings here. So if you're not controlling those tapes, that's an issue. And if they make an attack up both sides at the same time, you're in a lot of trouble. So
T2 making a correct stunning point. Just kidding. No, you're correct. So you need your players to get wide to support you in the middle, but generally on this field, your players that go wide are not going to be looking up the middle either. So we've seen a lot of run-throughs, as you mentioned, right up through the middle, and you can blow up the guts of a team.
Speaking of going wide and taking a risk, we have
Beta.
Yeah, we have a
gonna
high
take a
roller
walk.
that tried to fill that corner heading off. Although they did fill back, that's a very good move if they can get wide again. I think they really need to get out to that Dorito to control here. That bunker's good, but it's not good enough to stop an attack up the snake side with the amount of players they have on the heroine side. And that's tough. All right, so now
Taylor's on an awful island, and she's going to get plunked out.
Now we have one player left in the Island of Sadness, all alone.
God bless them.
That is probably the best thing that coach could have done in that position.
Yeah, her coach saving her.
You had a Blanco coming down the snake, which could have just stand up and walked down the snake and not be seen.
Yeah.
All right, so a very strong win. All 5 alive for the Heroines. They just burned a lot of clock.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have Northern Lights taking the walk to your right.
You're going to have the Baltimore Nevermores on your left.
Nevermores and the left. I got to say, I know the Nevermores, they had their jerseys late. They got these made overnight and for a local place. I don't know where, but they look fantastic.
Yeah, they did a good job.
For an overnight job here on some long sleeves. They did a pretty fantastic job.
I've seen plenty of teams taking the field with white jerseys with Sharpies, used to give them numbers. All right. Nevermore's double up home. Actually, triple up home for a moment before they start making their breakouts.
Oh, a huge bite by Northern Lights just sent a player to the 40 Dorito off the break, and it paid off. However, they lost their player off to the snake, but it looks like a equal trade-off here.
Nevermore loses their first player off this snake side. That's Kelly Watson taking the walk, unfortunately. For Nevermore's not in a horrible position. They do have the D1, but they don't have anybody in the snake or the snake corner right now.
The Nevermore's a very good team with some veteran players and a great system. They just, unfortunately, this is like their rookie event, right? This is their first event.
Yep.
So they're really trying to get their legs under them.
This is deep water to swim in for your first event.
Yeah.
It's very ambitious.
And again, we talk about this all the time, Matt. We're Northeast guys. Like, Northeast teams typically don't have as good a preparation as any other teams from anywhere in the country. You're dealing with winter. You're very limited with what you can do and how good those practices are. So
this was a particularly brutal winter for the Northeast. It was very difficult. There was not much chance of teams getting out there and getting practice time in.
You're saying you don't have good practice in 15-degree weather?
No, and 3 foot of snow.
Oh, man.
New Hampshire, we got killed this winter. All right, anyways, 108. We got Brittany Reif, Brixa right there in the middle. She's going to take a walk, unfortunately.
Well, there is some hope here in the snake. She plays it right.
That's number 4.
However, they do have somebody cross field. Splash zone.
Carolyn needs to do some damage here. She needs to become mobile. What I mean by that is drop back, move forward, move sideways. She needs to start finding different angles and see if she can do something.
So
her tape line's broken though on the other side.
This player right here in the snake though, just blowing up a little bit of paint, shooting cross field, and poured a little bit up for her homies too, trying to load. So this is a tough spot.
Northern Lights just sent a suicide player right up that Dorito side, blew out the Baltimore Nevermore Dorito 3. Nevermore trying to stem the bleeding by sliding over to D1. Carolyn here has got to do some damage. She's got to get this clean.
Oh, what a move.
Is she clean?
No, not anymore, but
she's going to get blown up by probably a back player?
Sacrifice, body for body, but unfortunately the other side of the field, they lost their last player. And
that's Aaron Scott coming off.
And I don't think that yellow flag really mattered because...
Nope. There we go. There's one more player left alive for Northern Lights.
Is she getting pulled on that? Was a penalty on the Lights?
I don't know.
I did see a yellow flag in the snake, but I'm not really sure who that went at.
We're getting jazz hands from the ref back.
Oh, excellent. I'm sure they're bringing that back.
Traditional reffing call. Everybody spirit fingers.
Pizzazz.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This is for the crowd.
So do we know what that flag was for and what it did?
I do not know, but I suspect because there's no more score on the board that it was against Northern Lights, and it resulted in a zero body alive situation.
Which is a shame. But that was a fantastic move there by the Nevermores to sacrifice, kind of throw away a body.
Yep.
Worth it. Drew a penalty and decided that point. So
took Aaron Scott with her and ended up at a no point, which means I believe they're going to have to go back to the same boxes for the next point. All right, we're going to have Heroines versus High Rollers coming up. So far, Heroines have had their way with the match. They've managed to counterpunch even after losing bodies. I want to take a moment to thank Stick Gun Veterans. Stick Gun Veterans is a product brand reimagining what we did as a kid, which is we're playing guns right now, and in the kids we picked up sticks and played guns with them. So We're doing the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
They have a midnight release of a tree branch, twisted.
Oh. My goodness, I can't wait.
They're coming for you. All right, here we go. Heroines on your left. They're up 2 points, 8 minutes on the clock. Heroines out to D1 successfully.
Oh, we got a penalty on the high rollers side. That's going to pull, well, not the worst they could have pulled because you had a doubled up home. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you lost one person out of a two-person bunker. Not terrible. However, now you have nobody really on that back left-hand side of the field. So, not an ideal situation right out of the gate for high rollers. And I think the Heroines are full strength right now. So, with the amount of time, 7, it's a lot of time, but they can just sit and burn. And
so that's the interesting. Either way, the Heroines would have the correct answer. Answer 1 is attack. Answer 2 is sit and grind clock. Either answer is fine for the Heroines.
Daniela going wide.
And
that's probably the right move.
Yeah.
They were basically just stuck in that corner of the field, and they couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
so
you're not going to win that one.
Nope. All right.
Heroines making it look easy so far.
Let's hope that Northern Lights and Nevermores are ready to turn it on fast, because that was a very quick point.
This, I believe that was a no point. I believe we're going to see the teams back to the same boxes they were in before. Yeah, here we go. Thank you to one of our sponsors, BKI, with their pro paintball development camps taking place in Massachusetts and now Texas. They also have the online university where you can
do anything.
Yeah. Do you come out of it with major student debt?
Crippling.
All right, then this is a standard online university.
It is. So it is, as you know, a very accredited university. There's no loan forgiveness either. We actually give you a second loan if you can't pay your first loan.
We have BKI knee breakers that will come to your house.
That's right.
No, Nevermores looks like they get a false start jump.
Oh,
it's going to cost them a body.
That was
They also lose their snake player. This is not
that dive of the snake looked like there was Velcro on the ground. That was.
You're going to see some scorpion kicks out of here today. This field is not a dive and slide field. Nevermore.
Right, so you are just seeing a mass
exodus. This is like the Titanic going down. You hear people jumping over the railing,
trying to find a door to float on.
Old couples praying together.
That's right.
This is not good for Baltimore.
Who's playing the violin? Oh, there he is.
Baltimore doing a big attack down that Dorito side. She trades her body. Valiant. I believe the phrase is Pyrrhic victory.
This is a yard sale. Everything must go. Everybody's gone, guys. You can just probably.
Even Northern Lights are having a hard time believing the situation.
And.
Here you go. I think that's Tessa's going to hit the buzzer.
Wow. A very, very good win for Northern Lights.
Woof.
All right, that was 2 really quick points back to back. So,
well, for Northern Lights, that's redemption from the last one where they had it and they lost it due to a penalty.
Well, they just got it right back.
Yeah, so they're going to tie it up 1-1, 10 minutes on the clock. Essentially a fresh game.
Plenty of time for both.
High Rollers in a different situation. They're down 3 with 7.5 on the clock. 7.5 sounds like a decent amount of time, but Heroines are real good at locking it down. That is going to be a tough thing to break.
Do you know who's earning their check right now, Matt? The pit crews on both sides, because they got to turn around real fast these past couple of points.
That's true. You know what would help turning it around fast? A fine product like Ball Sack. Ball Sack 2.0, hitting the market soon. Use the code NXL Tampa for 10% off your pre-order. Bam, that's a professional segue.
I saw a ball sack in my tent. Somebody left it behind. It's hanging off the hanging right off the top of the tent.
Yeah, for the phrase "someone left it behind" is code word for theft.
No, a gentleman came by and he asked if he could leave his ball sack in our tent, so we just put it up.
That was a phrase that I never want to hear. All right. High Rollers on your left. They're in an awful situation. Down 3 points, 7.5 on the clock. If they lose this point, I know it seems like it's not over, but it's over. It's way too much to come back from a 4-0 deficit with maybe 5 minutes on the clock at that point.
Considering they need to pick up a point quick, they're
not great.
They're kind of hanging back there. They need to get.
To be fair, they haven't lost a body yet. To be fair,
they also haven't taken one.
Okay, you got to be glass half empty kind of guy on me here.
Listen, point counterpoint here. You got to play both sides.
Yeah, you're a New Jersey low roller. There we go. High Rollers pushed up the middle to the standing. Is that an insult? I don't know.
I'm going to take this as an insult because I don't understand it.
Yeah, well, that means you work the penny slots. And you
get free drinks at the penny slots, Matt. I would argue that is probably the easiest way to get drinks.
How many Zimas can you drink sitting at the penny slots?
62.
County
record.
Good. Credit High Rollers is still pushing. They're into the D1. Still 5 alive.
So one of the Blanco sisters heading off.
Good kill. 5-4 advantage. High Rollers pushing up to the Snake Tower.
I just think they need to really take some ground here. I mean, 6 minutes, it's a lot of time, but they do need to probably get a point here in the next minute or so if they want to hang and stay in this.
That's Marie at the Snake Tower here for the High Rollers. She's trying to control that snake. I don't see the Heroines don't seem interested in taking the snake right now.
They don't seem interested in really moving all that much because they don't really need to.
Well, they're definitely in clock grind game plan right now. We're down to 5 minutes, 45 seconds. So looking at the clock and the score, if the High Rollers win this game, there'll be 1-3. There'll be, let's say, 4 minutes-ish on the clock. That's plenty to work with. That's a doable situation. If they lose this point, they're in purgatory.
The issue is the Herons are going to make them come and hunt them down. And that's going to be the clock burner. Now it's really the game is against the clock,
yes,
and not against the Heroines for the High Rollers.
Time is an enemy you can never defeat.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, that was deep. Deep as you're going to get on this webcast.
All right, ref going to check a Heroine up the middle here. Looks like maybe clean.
High Rollers take that moment to get into Snake 1, the mini brick.
So I'm trying to see. Is there anybody here to stop this snake from moving up? Yes, there is. There.
Yeah, that middle, that's a good place to stop it. You better stop it because if the snake gets past you.
Not if she does that.
You're
the
in
inside
trouble.
track is good.
Yep. So now that middle standing
wedge.
wedge.
We have a penalty on the Heroines in the middle. That's going to be. No, that penalty was on the back left, so it looks like one of the Blanco sisters, and it took Alicia Valdivia with her. So this could be a saving grace, potentially, if the High Rollers can capitalize on it. But now you've got 2 Heroines. It looks like they're pretty much, now you got 0 Heroines. So they need to get moving.
Remember what we talked about a match or two ago? If you're playing the up-the-middle style and you don't control the tapes, your middle players are going to get diced.
Yep.
And that's exactly how that ended. It is a lonely island to be stuck in the middle there with the tapes rushing down on you. That obviously is the penalty. The penalty is what killed the Heroines on that one. But, okay, so they did take about 3 minutes off the clock there. The score is going to go to 1-3.
They still haven't hit the buzzer, I don't believe. So
yeah, but they stopped the time.
Okay.
So something's up.
There
you go.
Okay.
Point approved. So 4 minutes, 2-point differential. Really, that's not too bad.
Not bad.
High Rollers can work with that.
If they cooked another minute, we have a different discussion potentially.
Yeah. But someone decided to get a penalty, and there goes that minute.
That's why we can't have nice things, Matt.
No, we can't have nice things. Speaking of nice things.
I'm right here, yes.
Yeah, T2 running out of twisters. So all of you online can stop pretending that he's your friend.
Or have
He's got nothing for you.
Not here at this event, I don't at least.
No,
but
no.
Who knows what we have lurking back at the old secret headquarters.
Now, do you have any trademarks that would prevent me from making a sticker kit that you could layer on top of regular guns that would make them look like twisters from a distance?
I will sue you to the Stone Age.
You can try. You can try. Bad news for you. I've got no money. Thank you, Tammy.
All right, so let's see a clean breakout here for both squads. Across the back line here for Northern Lights.
Northern Lights into the snake.
Wow,
down.
that is some dry. Everybody just diving in there just gets stuck.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
It is essentially the swamp from Neverending Story diving into this stuff.
Don't worry, it looks like we have plenty of rain tomorrow.
Yeah, there is some on the forecast.
This up. All right, now it looks like they're peeling off some Nevermores.
Wow, Northern Lights
it looks like 3 Nevermores, 4 Nevermores.
Tess is in the lead over here on the snake side.
And
that's it.
Quote the Raven, Nevermore. There's no more Nevermores. All right. Wow, that was very quick.
Well done by Northern Lights. There's Brooklyn getting on the field for Heroines.
Northern Lights looking good this event. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not saying they were bad.
Yesterday
before,
was rough.
They're doing very well.
Yeah, I don't want to cut your legs out on this one. Yesterday was rough for Northern Lights. Today's a better day.
They had some tough games yesterday.
Yeah, they're a Saturday team, not a Friday team.
That's correct.
Yeah, the NXL is screwing them over by giving them Friday games.
That's right.
That's not their fault.
I don't think anybody should be here Fridays.
Oh, God, no. Let's just do a one-day, 24-hour tournament.
Yeah, like Le Mans.
Yeah, like Le Mans. All right, Heroines on your left. I expect Heroines to attack on this point. I just think that's what, yeah, there they go.
Wow, nice
delayed,
snake. Stuttered drop into the snake here by Daniela. Excellent job.
Yeah, I expect a Heroine attack on this one, not a sit. They lost that last point. They never liked that.
All right, I think we expected this launch up the middle here.
Yeah,
but I like this. It's almost kind of like they choreographed these moves, right? Because now look at this move. One to the other, just kind of leapfrogging up with each other here to cover.
Attack up, yeah, they're in full on attack.
This is yep. They're going to lock this field down and pick them apart. This is a very on brand for the Heroines.
This is a slightly angry Heroines over how that last point went. This is not a good time to be in front of them for the high rollers. Doesn't mean they're going to win it, but right now they got a head full of steam. They're moving downfield.
Just the positioning, it's not necessarily to collapse anything. They're just sitting and containing. If anybody moves to that field, it's there we go. And Matt, 2 off the right side. Yep. I stand corrected. They are now attacking.
Yeah, there's blood in the water.
Yeah.
The piranhas have been unleashed.
So all you have now is a home. You have this back right and back left corner. And if one of those corners, I think ideally they'd want to drop a corner. And once a corner drops, they're just going to collapse that side of the field. That's pretty standard for the Heroines.
Alternatively, the Heroines can now get up bodies, get up field, and they could, if they chose, go into full lockdown mode. And the high rollers have almost no chance of attacking.
All right, so now they've lost that back right. So if they call that out, I think Danielle is going to make a move potentially here. There we go.
There it is.
Although she does have this back Dorito kind of keyed up on her, but I think that she probably could get to this 50 brick.
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
She's bloodthirsty. That's
no, I know, but if the Heroines, there's no hurry here.
But if she gets there, she can contain and draw guns. So I think that's
the high rollers coach. His hand better be hovering over the buzzer right now, because this is every second that's ticking off.
I think if Daniela makes this move up, I think they'll probably either buzz. That's probably here she goes.
I would be toweling out of this already. Mm-hmm. This is a losing situation with high rollers, not just for the point, but from a clock standpoint. You just see the sands running through the hourglass. Why are you not buzzing?
All right. I mean, there's no need to buzz now.
Yeah, you towel out of it, but
you're right. They buzzed, Matt.
Yeah, way too late. Look, in my many, many years of coaching. Right, I didn't do that. Yep. But in my many years of watching paintball.
Days and days of...
yeah, I would have towed out of that a little bit earlier.
I mean, how much time would it have really saved there, though?
I think they could have saved about a minute on that.
They're pretty much playing for differential now, I think.
Yeah, well, they are now.
Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks again to Stick Gun Veterans. Stick Gun Veterans for all your stick gun needs.
Doing God's work out there.
Yeah.
My son, huge fan.
Yeah, right? Dogs love stick guns.
Love them.
Dogs pick them up all the time.
They have a warranty for dog damage.
They'll send you a new stick.
Industry leading. Yep. All right. Northern Lights on your right. Nevermore's on your left.
Baltimore 5 alive on the breakout.
Oh, boy. Ref is really interested in what's going on in this corner, but nothing there. Oh, never mind. So we've got
9
two
minutes.
Northern Lights coming off the right side here.
Yeah. 5 alive for Baltimore. There's still 9 minutes on the clock. That's Hannah walking off for Northern Lights. I believe that might be Tessa falling her off the snake line. 3 Northern Lights down. That's Marie taking a walk, too. This is not going well for Northern Lights.
There's still a lifetime left in this game, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, they're a West Coast team, so with the time difference, there's less time in the clock than you think. Yeah.
I never factored that.
Then there's jet lag to take into account. It's a whole thing for Northern Lights.
Western Canada?
Yeah, Western Canada.
That's where dragons be.
Yeah, that's...
Yep.
Go no further.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the flat earth ends.
That's where the ice wall is.
Yeah. These are the free folk.
I do believe they are playing out of the Washington, Oregon area,
yeah.
I think.
Yes.
That's their home base in the U.S.
Yeah. All right, Nevermore cinching the noose ever a little bit tighter. And guess where Northern Lights choose to go? The worst bunker on the field.
That is...
What did I call it?
Muerte del something.
Yeah, Bunker
Diablo.
Bunker Muerte. It's the death bunker.
Yep.
I've
Del
seen
Taco, whatever you called it,
I've seen so many players like, oh, we're down 4-on-1. Hey, let me run to the smallest, worst bunker on the field.
If you were going to go to a Dorito bunker, that would not be this.
No.
That's the worst Dorito bunker to be in.
I mean no disrespect to Aaron Scott, who is a lovely person and a very good player, but don't go to that bunker again.
Yes.
Especially in a down body situation, do not go to that bunker. You know what? Save a ball, shoot yourself in the foot, and just get off the field. But don't go to that bunker in a down body situation.
All right, Heroines, we got Blanco. We have got Alicia Valdivia. We have Alexis Laser, Katie Kelly, and Brooklyn. Heading to the right side of the field.
And there's a timeout being called, so we have another minute to fill the air with our nonsense.
Oh,
D2.
boy. Well, a great event so far, though, Matt. Weather's been fantastic.
Weather's been great.
A little windy on setup day on Thursday. Doesn't
Not
bother
my-
you?
Not
We're
my
here.
problem.
Yep, you weren't chasing tents that are blowing away like tumbleweeds.
We have underlings for those kind of things.
Yes. I don't. I am the underling.
You are the underling.
I'm the underling.
You need minions, man. You need minions.
I have a Matt Jones and I have an Austin Mayo.
You've got an army of storm chasers that will do whatever you want.
I don't want to abuse that. What if I need to have an
some-
uprising
Kill
someday?
somebody? Yeah, they'll do it for you.
I know, but I want to save that card for when it's time.
Essentially, you've got a fight club set up over
Listen.
there. Yeah.
Am I their Tyler Durden?
You are their Tyler Durden. You've got
I don't want to abuse the Storm Chasers. I love my Storm Chasers. They're a fantastic group of gentlemen and ladies that support our brand, and they pay for that right, and I wouldn't want to have them rise up against anyone.
We shall seize power. All right.
We will take it. Oh, wow.
High roller's late to the box.
Sobe making that hustle.
How do you have a timeout and you're late to the box?
Oh, and Sobe, did she make? She did not make it.
You have a timeout.
A
Why are you
half
late?
step. Yeah, that's not good. That's down a body against the Heroines with this much time. I mean,
that's going to be a conversation back at the hotel tonight.
yeah. Well,
All right.
I mean, if they're both going to lock down, I don't think anybody's trying to make any major moves here. I don't know what difference it kind of makes, but
Well, for Heroines, it's just lock it down. You've got a minute left on the clock. High rollers are just playing for pride at this point.
yeah, so that's a big loss there with Taylor coming out of the snake. So I don't really know a whole lot of what they could do. They've lost their entire left side of the field here.
Vada's taking a walk. You got Isabella still there in the middle, but there's no time left.
It doesn't the Heroines have any sort of urgency to get down the field here?
No. Why? Why?
They have most of their heavy gunners out there right now. They're best gunfighters. They've got a lot of pain on their back. There is no reason to do much of anything.
Heroines are just filling sandbags and digging in.
Yep. There goes another high roll off the right-hand side. Right now it's just gunfighting. Just good old-fashioned gunfighting. That's all we're going to get here, cross field. So
Just like your daddy did and just like your grandpappy did. Good
right.
old-fashioned gunfighting.
Heroines are still doubled up at home.
Why not?
Fantastic. Why? I mean, yeah, you're right. Why not? Might as well have a friend with you if you're just trying to kill some time.
A friend for the end of the world.
That's right. And looks like one of the Blanco sisters heading out to that. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So high rollers cannot put together an offense on that one. Heroines dig in. Heroines take this match 4-1. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to finish the prelims 4-0. They still have another.
They have another game still. Matt, a little presumptuous of you, but
No, the script. I got a hold of the NXL script. Tom
Yeah.
Cole handed it out for it. No, I'm kidding.
Tom Cole is tightening a piano wire somewhere behind you.
Oh, man.
No, the Heroines still have another game left.
Yeah, okay. So they're 3-0, not 4-0.
Correct.
Okay.
And Heroines just kind of walking off business as usual here. High rollers probably going to have a little discussion after that.
Yeah, the late box is unacceptable.
And
But
Sobe being one of their best
Yeah.
controlling gunfighters from the backfield is
it would be unacceptable in a normal situation, but coming off of a timeout, it's utterly unacceptable.
all right. Nevermore's 5 in the box, both 5 in the box, both sides.
That's a nice-
breaking out.
It's a nice start.
Great start.
Big run up there for Northern Lights. She might have taken one off her braid, but I think it bounced instead of broke.
Matt, problems that we do not have. Well, since you lost your ponytail, at least.
It was a rat tail, not a ponytail. There's a difference, and it was a different time. All right, first Northern Light walking off that Dorito side,
All right.
but
So
they
you-
are up into S2
Northern Lights looks hungry. They are moving quick.
like a wolf.
It was a different time, Matt.
Back with my rat.
Oh, wow.
Rat tail was relevant.
The big move, and I don't think anybody picked that move up at all. Oh, wow. Still nobody knows.
Blowing up the ball.
Pack hunting.
Oh, my God.
She is just murdering
this is a war
everyone.
crime.
Oh, my goodness.
There's going to be a UN squad out here putting an end to this.
The Red Cross is about to send aid to the Nevermores.
Was that 4 kills?
That was 4 kills. That was 4 kills from this one spot and almost like one hopper. All right, so now she's drawn that gun, but I don't think that player realizes that the entire rest of the team is pressing down the field now.
Swarming like a group of Japanese murder hornets?
I can't see.
I think that might be it.
Could be.
No. Yeah, you still have the D2 hot.
Well,
D2.
I got news for that D2.
Yeah. There's going to be a chalk outline behind that bunker here.
You may
want
to pop some green smoke for an extraction because you are
toast.
Yeah, okay. That is
mercifully
that point is over.
By the way, that is if you play paintball, the reward for being the most survivable player in your team is often to get bunkered from 3 sides. It's like, congratulations, you were better than all your teammates.
At that point, you may have been 4 sides. You may have gotten it from behind 2. So, Nevermore's really struggling. Put up some points, but it's
not. 6 minutes on the
their
clock.
loss points have been
ugly,
pretty brutal. Yeah. But a great squad again for a rookie team. Not a bad showing here.
Yes.
This is
Northern Lights, a veteran team. They spent all off season playing. I've watched their social media, and every single week the Northern Lights
grinding in the snow and the cold and
playing.
Yep.
So, this is a tough ask for Baltimore Nevermore. On top of which, coming into the WNXL period is a tough ask because it's a big experience gap. The other teams in the WNXL are loaded with women that have been playing for years
together
and years.
Together.
Yes. So, Baltimore Nevermore, good for you. You're coming out, but 2-3 the match is still within reach. 6 minutes on the clock.
There's a lot of time left here.
Yeah,
I'm actually, to be honest, of the two matches in this set, I'm enjoying watching this set.
Yeah,
quite a bit. This has been it's been punch counter punch.
Yeah.
So
again, they're only down by a point.
Yep.
They're only down by a point. 6 minutes on the clock. Never say never. Never say never more.
Never say die. Never say.
Goonies never say die.
No, never say die. That's right.
How has Hollywood not made an awful remake of Goonies by now?
Guys. But they're making another one, no? Isn't Thanos going to be back in that?
No. We're talking
Brolin?
Brolin. Yeah. Are they making another one?
I heard. It's a rumor.
Oh.
Anyways, back to paintball.
Yeah, keep destroying my childhood, Hollywood. Thank you so much.
All right, so Northern Lights on your right, Nevermore's on your left.
Down by 1 point, 6 minutes on the clock.
Get ready to enjoy some good paintball. I would argue great paintball.
Oh, first player peeling off, though, for Nevermore, trying to get after that Dorito side.
Well, it looks like they just lost one on the right side as well for Northern Lights. Right, but, however, again, taking the snake off the break. They keep taking that snake, and they've been pretty successful so far getting in there.
Well, they dropped another one of the Nevermores. They're down to 3.
All right, so this is a bit, wow, that's a really big bite. Right up to the 50 with no protection whatsoever. All right, now we might see that 50 get peeled off. I think the pack is there.
There it
is.
is.
Wow.
There it is.
Call me child for your free reading. I saw that one coming a mile away.
That's
right.
$5.99 for your first minute. $2.
Child, that's the baby daddy. All right, there goes that home player, and that is Tessa coming right down the field.
Well, you've gotten your 1990s psychic hotline reference in.
If you got your bingo card out, folks, we're getting...
Up next, Freedom Rock.
That's right. And I'm going to buy some baseball cards. QVC.
All right, so Baltimore's going to drop to 2 and 4. 5 minutes on the clock.
It's
still
much time.
Yeah, these are fast points. This is still within reach. Baltimore just lost too many players really quick in that match. They lost their Dorito player instantly, and then 2 more players within about 30 seconds.
But Northern Lights losing their snake player immediately, but then spreading wide quick and filling that gap and covering the field. So what do we got here for the rest of the day, Matt?
WNXL action. Don't leave us. Please don't leave us. I say that, they always leave me. Tiki Zohana, the Immortal Angels, Femme Fatales versus Suricatos. You just got to look into my relationship status.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they always say it's not them. It's not me. It's them.
Not it's you.
It's me.
It is you.
I'm figuring it out.
Just trying to be nice. It can only be them. It can't be them 20 times, man. It's only one common thread here. But thank you guys for tuning in to this webcast, supporting paintball, supporting our divisional teams here, semi-pro teams, women's teams. You have a lot of choices in paintball live action, and we're glad you chose us.
We appreciate you choosing us. That's right. Don't worry about it. Most of our viewers are muting the mics. They're muting their audio.
Well, grandparents watching their kids.
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
Hi, Ethel.
Your grandson's doing great.
Yep, he's good. He sends his warm wishes.
At the paintball. He's doing well with the paintball.
Bringing back a sweatshirt from the gift shop at the airport.
All right, Northern Lights up by 2 points, 5 minutes on the clock. Got 20 seconds on the break time.
All right, let's get ready for another massacre. Either way, it could go either way. I mean, they're both putting down some good points here. They got a lot of time.
These have been real fast points.
Could this game go to 20 points, Matt, if they were allowed to?
I think they may. Yeah.
They could.
So far, the most points I've seen on a match so far this weekend has been 10 total, which doesn't sound that much.
I will say that Austin Mayo had a match earlier today, 15 points in their match.
Good Lord.
Really, really big.
Did they just run at each other over
Yes,
there?
they did. It was like Joe's thing.
Lord. Northern Lights on the left, still 5 alive. 5 alive, both sides.
And your Nevermores on the right. We'll say a clean break for both.
That's a big deal for Nevermore. They've been losing too many on the break. Northern Lights pushing up to D2. I don't know how much you've had a chance to walk this field, but the D line is fairly easy to push. And in some cases, you don't even need cover fire. If you get low, you can almost crawl from one bunker to another. There's not good sight lines. However, D1, 2, and 3, there's nothing to kill. You really have to get lucky to get a kill from it. What you need is to get to that D50.
Yep.
And then the killing begins.
It's a good move here for Northern Lights. I have not had the pleasure of going to this field. I'm actually afraid of vinyl, so I don't tend to go out there.
Wrong sport.
Yeah. I like to look at it from afar.
All right, Northern Lights continues to push up that Dorito side.
And a Nevermore getting peeled off here on the Snake side, which this could be a good time potentially, if they're reading this right here on the Northern Lights side, to make a move. Low move. However, I think that maybe they have somebody.
Tessa does the head fake out of a bunker, but she thinks
this
better of it, pulls back.
All right, so I'm trying to see. All right, they don't have anybody really watching the Snake side.
Two more players peeling off from Nevermore.
They definitely don't have anybody watching the Snake side now. So Tessa just full on standing up. Oh, we got one.
Not again.
That would be that. That's it.
Okay, that's it.
All right. And Northern Lights in their kitchen eating their sandwiches. They're already in the backfield.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, a fast point.
But a lot of time still.
Yeah. You got places to be?
I don't, Matt. I don't have any place to be. No place I'd rather be than here.
There's no product left to sell over in the community.
No, there isn't. We're selling tumbleweeds right now.
Oh, now you're going to get a cease and desist from stick veterans. Tumbleweeds are too close to their business model.
It's terrible.
Do you have any more of the Hawaiian shirts left?
We do. Would you like a Hawaiian shirt?
I kind of do want one.
I'll bring you a Hawaiian shirt.
All right, we'll talk about it.
We're your source for all Twister-related Hawaiian shirts.
It's a very
good material, too.
It's a very narrow field of interest, Hawaiian shirts, Twister-themed Hawaiian shirts.
Got bored of guns, decided to go in the Hawaiian shirt market. By the way, fun fact, we go up to 7XL with our Hawaiian shirts.
Good Lord.
Correct.
You're actually getting native Hawaiians to buy your...
That's appropriation, number one.
All right, that was a Samoan joke.
We did contact P.T. Barnum to get an inside track on their tent maker to make those.
What did you say, 7XL?
They go to 7.
Imagine
this. Imagine you're a larger gentleman or lady, and you come to an event, and you're looking for something. You don't want to leave empty-handed. We want to make sure you have something for everyone. No, we have a 7XL.
No. The only people buying 7XLs from you are 3 raccoons stacked on top of each other, pretending to be a human.
We trend very high in the raccoon market. I can't confirm or deny that.
Yeah, I can.
I made them for a different venue, and we put them in the building. They said the person that would wear this can't fit in this building. So I did find that to be pretty funny.
I've never even heard of 7XL as a thing.
I can show you. We do have it.
Who did you get to make? Don't tell me.
I'll tell you who made it.
Okay.
Gel. At Comp Sports. Our good friend Gel, yes.
Okay.
Fantastic gentleman, runs the evil paintball booth here, and plays on one of the evil teams in divisionals. Great guy.
Fair enough. All right, Baltimore Nevermores, 3-point deficit, 3.5 on the clock. This field's running fast for these teams. It's within possibility. Aggressive breakout up the middle.
Clean breakout, both teams.
No,
Never mind.
no,
I lied to you.
No.
I'm a liar.
You are a liar.
So we have Northern Light coming off the Dorito side, but however, we got somebody filling her bunker out, so that's good. Spreading the field, they're probably just going to lock down backline now. I mean, they're up by 3.
Nevermore.
They just got to cook 3 minutes, so.
Nevermore into the snake.
Yeah, they really need to play safe, be low. And try and avoid these dives that are kind of sticking them out in the middle of nowhere. I think that her move is going to be riding the inside track here.
Yeah, this is Beth Maisner. I agree with you. It might be drop low and slide up that inside. There you go.
Low. Child, thank you for calling back.
All right, Nevermore is still at the D1. They're up the middle, doubled up the middle. They're going to lose Beth out of that snake, though.
Should have played a little bit tighter on that bunker.
That's a tough loss.
I will say those clear Proflexes look fantastic, though. I like that comeback.
Where could she buy those from?
JT Paintball. We do not have those currently in stock at Committed Paintball. They have other things, though. Not guns, however.
Crystal Pepsi?
Crystal Pepsi, you could buy that. Drink it, film it. We could both monetize it together, that video.
Please.
Also, you have to sign a waiver if you're going to drink it.
Oh, my God, it's 30 years old. All right, Nevermore's move up to the D2. Clock is not their friend now. We're under 2 minutes.
All right. Northern Lights should just really be locking down. And Nevermore should really be moving, but, I mean, we're talking differential at this point. I don't think there's a whole lot you can do with, unless you're rushing, there's not a whole lot you can do with the amount of time we have left.
So at the beginning of this point, there were about 3 minutes on the clock. 3 points in 3 minutes was theoretically possible. Way too much time is bled off the clock now.
And they just lost another player from the Velcro on that side of the field going into the snake.
Yeah.
That's a tough, that's tough. Claims another victim, this dry grass.
So that's Brixa. So even if Nevermore can pull this out, they've lost too much clock. The match has slipped beyond their grasp, to be really honest.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be a lock and chill situation at this point. So, bunkering anybody at this point is just mean-spirited.
Northern Lights are going to get a penalty.
A penalty? Why? There's no reason to be.
Well,
where are we talking?
Your about? Why implies that they knew they were hit. It doesn't necessarily know she was hit.
I mean, she doesn't look like she knew she was hit.
She doesn't look like a cheater.
No, I know when I see him. She doesn't look like a cheater.
So that's Hannah. I don't think she had any idea.
And now the Nevermore's making a little bit of a push here.
Nevermore playing for a bit of a pride point here.
We may be in the splash zone in a moment. Nope.
Oh,
wait. Big run no, through. That's a body thrown away. She was tucked in pretty good, ready for that.
Doesn't work.
I think they're going to throw a couple more bodies at her, but
nope,
I think
home taking a walk.
Okay, so I think that you're going to have these last two coming down on this back Dorito bunker.
That's it. Just D1.
Wait.
Oh,
no.
That
Nevermore's player's gone. Wow, we have one player left. Could this last Northern Lights player hold off?
It's a one-on-one. Well, there's 18 seconds.
She just needs to chill. Just get under that bunker. Oh, someone's getting bunkered here with a second left. I can feel this in my bones. Oh.
Here it is.
No, wait. Did she just get her too?
She tries to do the run by.
She gave her the ole. She caught her as she ran by. Again, she killed three Nevermores trying to bunker her. She was ready for all three.
Well, to be fair, the Nevermore players were in a no-choice tactical situation. That makes it a little bit easier to defend when you know exactly what they have to do.
Don't take it away from that Dorito player.
No. She did great. She did better than I would do in that situation. But, again, she's aided by the fact that tactically they had no choice but to race for the buzzer.
Also, I will say, playing the shadows, potentially you may have saw them a couple steps before they got to you. So, smart heads up if that's what she was doing.
I've seen a lot of that today, watching shadows, especially over here on the snake side. The players picking up on shadows and reacting off of it.
Cool.
All right.
Good set.
Well, that was a good
set.
Fun. Thank you so much. Good work, Heroines. Good work, Northern Lights. Yeah, good work, you two. You did okay. You did okay, kid.
You're getting better every day, too.
You're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, you've almost mastered the English language.
I'm from Boston, so that's questionable, but
showing you. Okay. You even pronounced your R's. I'm so proud of you.
I can turn on the A's if you want me to, kid.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a little bit break. We're going to come back with more WNXL action. Thank you, T2, for being here.
Matt, as always, an absolute pleasure.
And we're going to see him again in a few. Thank you. Be right back.